Well, my daddy left home when I was 3, didn't leave much for Ma and me, just his old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Well, I don't blame him because he brought it in, because the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. Well, he must have thought that it was quite a joke, because he got a lot of laugh from a lot of folks. Seemed like I'd have to fight my whole life through. Some guy would giggle and I'd get red, some guy would laugh and I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean, and wits got hard, my wits got keen. Roamed from town to hide my shame. Well, I made me a vow to the moon and stars that I'd search the honky-tonks and bars, kill that man that gave me that awful name. Well, it was Gothenburg in mid-July, and I just hit town and my throat was dry. Thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. Well, an old saloon on the street of Mud, there at a table dealing studs, sat the dirty, mangy dog that named me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my own sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mother had. Knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. Well, it was big and red and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue, how do you do? Now you're gonna die!" Well, I am hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, came up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear. Well, I busted a chair right across the teeth, and he crashed through the wall and into the street, kicking and a gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. Well, I tell you, I fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. Kicked like a mule and spit like a crocodile. Well, I heard him laugh and I heard him cuss, and he went for his gun, and I pulled mine first, and he stood there looking at me, and I saw him smile. And he said, "Son, this world is rough, and if a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough," and I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I gave you that name and I said goodbye, and I knew you'd have to get tough or die, and it's that name that helped to make you strong. Now he said, "Hey, you fought one hell of a fight, and I knew you hate me and you got the right to kill me now. I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in the gut and the spit in your eye, 'cause I'm the dirty mangy dog that named you Sue." Well, I got all choked up and threw down my gun, and I called him my pa, and he called me his son, and I came away with a different point of view. And now and then, every now and then, every time I try and every time I win, and if I ever have a son, I'm going to name him Bill, George, or anything but Sue. Sheffield Steve wrote this song 1964 or something. Bill or George or Gabriel?